This is beyond comedy, beyond satire.
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm from the Ministry of Sex Equality.
Oh, I love you more than words can say.
Yo, everybody. I trust you guys had a very good day, all right? Today is Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's to all of you that have got partners. To those of you that haven't got partners, you guys are stuck with me. Today, guys, we are going to check out the Two Ronnies, the Ministry of Sexual Equality. So without saying too much, guys, let's get this one started. But smash like, subscribe. Let's have fun with this. Like a Scarface, half and half. This is ingenious. So, what gender is he? He's a them, right? Because it's a man and a woman at the same time.
Good evening.
Hello.
I'm from the Ministry of Sex Equality.
Okay.
I'm here tonight to explain the situation man to man. Or as we have to say now, person to person. My name is Mr. Stroke Mrs. Barker.
Okay.
But I don't advise any of you to try it.
Mrs. Stroke, Mrs. Barker.
It's Mr. Stroke Mrs. Barker. But I don't advise any of you to try it. Stroke Mrs. Barker. Now, due to this new law, no one is allowed to be called male or female, man or woman.
No way. This was done 11 years ago. Over 11 years ago. We are living this reality now. Imagine I'm a place of work here. I was told not to say Mr. or Mrs. or Sir or Madam. Don't say that. They said gender neutrality. Yeah, because you don't know what gender they identify as. This is prophetic. Anyway, he's got multiple personality disorder.
Now, this has already caused a great deal of argument in Parliament, so they're all going for a parliamentary conference at Manchester, or as we now say, Personchester. We'll all stay in
Manchester, Personchester.
a nudist colony and air their differences. Members only, of course.
Wait, take that back.
Or as we now say, Personchester. We'll all stay in a nudist colony and air their differences. Members only, of course. But how does this affect you? Well, is it easy to become unsexed? Well, it can be done. And I represent the proof. At least half of me does. The other half represents the poof. Now, the first thing we have to realize is that for too long, women have been beneath men. Not only in the home, but in the office as well.
Women have been beneath men. Not in the home, in the office as well.
Ways in which we can change that.
Okay.
Vertical desktops, for a start. Now, the main area of change, of course, will be in the language. The man in the street will become the person in the street. Whoever you are, whether man or woman, you will be the person in the street. Incidentally, when I was in the street the other day, I nearly fell down a person hole, so be careful. Now, certain professions will have their names changed, from the chairperson of a large company right down to the humble dust person. Not to be confused, of course, with the famous film star Dustin Hoffperson. Now, speaking of films, there will be special feature films made showing the equality of the sexes, already in production, a new musical called 7 Persons for 7 Other Persons.
Oh, 7 brides for 7 grooms.
Starring Paul Newperson with choreography by Robert Helpperson. And music by Person Tavani and his orchestra. Now, dress. Dress, of course, you won't be expected to dress like this. This sort of costume is much too expensive. Half a knicker certainly doesn't cover it.
Half a knicker doesn't cover it.
Each person can, of course, choose what to wear, provided it includes the customary shirt, bra, underpants, and handbag. Shoes can be black or brown, according to individual taste. I myself find that black shoes taste rather better than brown ones. Jobs, too, will be entirely sexless, with 1 or 2 obvious exceptions. What are they, you may ask? You may ask, but I'm not telling on this radio.
What are they? Wait, do not tell me you're talking about adult type jobs. That's not what he's talking about. He's not talking about the red light district. Okay? Alright, let's see.
Here's a clue. They have jam on them and appear at tea time. job must be open to either a what's it or a who's it, that is, of either sex. For instance, certain advertisements will not be allowed. Now, I have one here in the local paper, and it says, if I can find it, oh yes, bar staff required for West Country pub, male or female, must have big boobs. Now, of course, that won't be passed by the ministry at all. What they should have said was, bar staff required, male or female, must be attractive in the Bristol area.
Okay. Okay.
That would have got past. A recent idea by the ministry to avoid confusion is to call a man a doings and a woman a thingy. This offends no one and makes conversation clearer. Thus, we instantly recognise the book called Little Thingies, or the musical called My Fair Thingy, or the play by George Bernard Shaw called Doings and Super Doings.
I definitely know that show, My Fair Lady.
There are times, however, when it sounds better to stick to the word person. The person in the street is still better than the doings in the street. That's something to look out for and steer clear of.
Agreed.
Finally, don't let this new law alter your life. After all, what's in a name, as the great John Fat Pimple once remarked? I know that whatever we're called, my own dear Thingy and myself will carry on as usual, wearing each other's clothes. And that however we, the people, are thought of by the ministry, tonight, all over Britain, all those thingies and doings will be together in front of the fire as usual. Good night.
Wow. Wow. This is insane. This is insane. Insanely unbelievable. I can't believe that this was shot 11 years ago. This leads me to believe that the reality we're living right now was planned, was definitely orchestrated by some group of people, by a certain group. I don't know who they are, but it seems like it was carefully planned. All right, and it was told to us in form of jokes and satires, and we're just laughing, having so much fun, saying, "Oh, this is not possible. Oh, this is so good. Oh my, this is so good. Wow, great imagination." Yeah, but it seems as if they planned it. They planned it, and gradually, by getting us ready for it in form of jokes, and now we are living this reality. All right, like back in the day, I'm sure this would have been extra funny, but right now, this is our reality. This is my reality. It's crazy. It's crazy. Things like this are not for this woke generation, because this woke generation will just be looking like we are kind of lost. We are kind of lost, and we've been blinded by the mainstream media. We've been blinded by the world. It's like it's a curtain over our eyes, all right, hiding us from seeing the real truth. All right, it's like everyone's just gone stark, raving mad. It is insane. This is beyond comedy, beyond satire. In fact, let's just say the reality we're living right now is a satire. Wow.
Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way. You are me. Oh, I love you more than words can say. You are me. Oh, you are the light that shine in my way.